Welcome students for chemistry lecture. This lecture it is of BSc part 3 introductory lecture regarding the syllabus of semester 5. Here BSc part 3 it is studied in two semesters, semester 5 and semester 6. For semester 5 you are very well known regarding the papers. The paper number 9 it is of inorganic chemistry, paper number 10 it is of organic chemistry, and paper number 11 it is the physical chemistry, and I am concerned with the physical chemistry paper number 11. Here chemistry is a central science and it is used in many branches. I would like to highlight the certain branches where chemistry is very much important. And all of you know, in the medicine, in the engineering, neurology, psychology, biochemistry, pharmacology, toxicology, agricultural, physiology, metallurgy, astronomy, electronics, archaeology, meteorology, ecology, biology, botany, zoology, and physics, and the new branch it is the nanotechnology. Everywhere the chemistry is used, and thus chemistry is a central science. Again, chemistry is a versatile subject. It is used everywhere, including our daily life. Then, by opting chemistry, you can shape your future as you want. Then, chemistry is a most fascinating field of the today's world, and this is the field of lot of opportunities. So, congratulations to one and all those who opt in chemistry as a principal subject for your final year BSc. Best of luck. Once again, I will congratulate to all of you for opting chemistry as a principal subject. Then in paper number 11, the topics that you have to study. The first topic, elementary quantum mechanics, and it has given 8 lectures for its completion. Then second topic, spectroscopy. It has given 8 lectures for its completion. Then third topic, photochemistry. It has given 6 lectures for its completion. Then next topic, solutions. It has given 6 lectures, and the last topic of this paper is electromotive force, and it has given 10 lectures. And as per the weightage, here the maximum weightage, that means this chapter is most weightageable chapter, that means maximum marks will be there for this chapter. Then this is the syllabus and the expected learning outcomes I will highlight very briefly here. After studying the elementary quantum mechanics, you will learn and understand quantum chemistry, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, concept of energy operators, that means Hamiltonian operator, learning of Schrodinger wave equation, physical interpretation of psi and psi square, particle in a one-dimensional box, etc. Then the second topic, spectroscopy. After studying spectroscopy, you will be able to know what is spectroscopy, what is electromagnetic spectrum, then the molecular energy level diagrams, then rotational spectra of diatomic molecules, rigid rotor model, microwave oven, then vibrational spectra of diatomic molecules, simple harmonic oscillator, Raman spectra, concept of polarizability, pure and rotational, pure vibrational Raman spectra of diatomic molecules. All these concepts you will get understand after studying the spectroscopy. Then the next topic, photochemistry. After studying photochemistry, you will learn and understand the photochemical laws, reactions, and various photochemical and photophysical reactions with the proper examples. What is the quantum yield and how it is detected. Then next chapter, that is solution. After studying solution, you will be able to distinguish between the different types of systems, system with high CST, low CST, then the solutions and relationship between vapor pressure, temperature relationships, etc. And the last chapter, electromotive force, you will be able to learn and understand the knowledge of EMF measurement, types of electrodes, different types of cells, and various applications of the EMF measurement. For example, the application of EMF measurement in the determination of pH of the solutions as well as in the determination of solubility and the solubility product and the determination of standard electrode potentials. You will get the knowledge about these terms. Then the subpoints of the unit 1, chapter 1, elementary quantum mechanics. Here the first point, introduction. What is elementary quantum mechanics? Then drawbacks of classical mechanics, black body radiation, photoelectric effect, Compton effect, dual nature of matter and energy, de Broglie hypothesis, the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, concept of energy operators, and particularly you have to study Hamiltonian operator, derivation of Schrodinger wave equation, and well-behaved function, physical interpretation of psi and psi square, principle and their examples, then particle in a one-dimensional box and the formulas that are involved in the study of these points. On that formulas, there are certain numerical problems. You are able to solve the problems on this chapter. Then the second chapter that you are going to study, that is the spectroscopy, and these are the subpoints of this chapter. Already, what is electromagnetic radiation? Interaction of radiation with matter, then electromagnetic spectrum, energy level diagrams, in detail study of rotational spectra of diatomic molecules, vibrational spectra of diatomic molecules, Raman spectra and concept of polarizability, comparative study of IR and Raman spectra, etc. It will be studied in the second chapter. Then the third chapter, photochemistry, laws of photochemistry. There are 4 laws of photochemistry that we are going to see later on. Then what is quantum yield, reasons for high and low quantum yield, factors affecting quantum yield, what are the photosensitized reactions and the For example, dissociation of H2 gas and photosynthesis. These are the photosensitized reactions. Then photodimerization of anthracene and decomposition of HI and HBr. Jablonski diagram depicting the fluorescence and phosphorescence phenomenon and chemiluminescence, electroluminescence and bioluminescence. Then the next chapter, solution. Here you are able to distinguish between what are the ideal solutions and what are the non-ideal solutions. The Raoult's law, vapor pressure of ideal and non-ideal solutions of miscible liquids, composition of liquid and vapor pressure composition, boiling point diagrams of miscible liquids, distillation of miscible liquid pairs of type 1, type 2 and type 3. Then the next point, solubility of partially miscible liquids, maximum solution temperature type, for example, phenol water system, minimum solution temperature type, for example, triethylamine water system, and maximum and minimum solution temperature type, for example, nicotine and water system. And the last point of this, distillation of partially miscible liquid pairs, vapor pressure and distillation of immiscible liquids and the steam distillation. It is included in the chapter solution. Then the last unit and the most important unit of this paper, that is the electromotive force. While studying this, you will understand the conventions, how to represent a cell on paper. Then introduction regarding the electromotive force, thermodynamics of electrode potentials, Nernst equation for electrode and cell potential in terms of activities. Then EMF series, types of electrodes in terms of their description, construction, representation of half cell and complete cell, EMF of the equation, etc. And for your study, there are 5 types of electrodes. First type, metal ion electrode. Second type, amalgam electrode. Third type, metal insoluble salt electrode. Next, gas electrode and redox electrode. It is also called as oxidation reduction electrode. Then the next point, reversible and irreversible cells, chemical cells without transference, then concentration cells with and without transference, liquid-liquid, junction potential, origin, elimination and determination of liquid-liquid junction potential. And the last point of this chapter, equilibrium constant from cell EMF, determination of thermodynamic parameters such as delta G, delta H and delta S, applications of EMF measurement, determination of pH of solution using hydrogen electrode and solubility product of sparingly soluble salts based on concentrations. These are the points, sub-points included in the chapter EMF. Then here it is the list of reference books. You may buy any 1, 2 or 3 as you wish these reference books. The first reference book is Physical Chemistry by G.M. Barrow, the most important and best book, and it is published by International Student Edition, McGraw-Hill publication. Then second book, University General Chemistry by C.N.R. Rao, and this book is published by Macmillan publication. Then Physical Chemistry by R.A. Alberti, विल्ले एस्टर्न लिमिटेडचा आहे. Then the Elements of Physical Chemistry by P.W. Atkins, and it is published by Oxford Publication. And the Principles of Physical Chemistry by S.H. Meron and C.H. Proton, 4th edition. You may buy any one of the book. Then let us begin with our first topic, and the name of that topic, elementary quantum mechanics. And this chapter, it consists of the following points. You will get familiar with what is the black body radiation, what is the Planck's radiation law, what is the photoelectric effect, what is the Compton effect, what is the de Broglie hypothesis, that is wave particle duality of electromagnetic radiation, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, energy operator, and for your study there is a Hamiltonian energy operator. Then interpretation of psi and psi square, Schrodinger equation and its derivation, and the last point, the particle in a one-dimensional box. Then here these two are the backbones in the study of quantum mechanics. And the name of these two scientists, one is the Bohr and another one is Einstein. They both contributed a lot in the study of quantum mechanics. Then the heroes of quantum mechanics, and I will show these pictures. You may have the photos and you will study their contribution regarding the quantum mechanics. Here we will study in the introductory part of quantum mechanics. At the beginning of 19th century, Dalton's atomic theory was the major achievement, and according to Dalton, atom is an indivisible particle and it is accepted to be real and smallest particle of matter. I will repeat once again. Dalton's atomic theory is the major scientific achievement of the 19th century, and according to Dalton, atom is a real and indivisible smallest particle of the matter. All of you know atom, it consists of, at the center there is a nucleus and around the nucleus electrons revolve in a circular orbit. Then at the end of 19th century, more fundamental discoveries like X-rays was invented in 1895. Then the discovery of radioactivity, it was done in 1896, electrons in 1897, and radium in 1898. These discoveries made, and they helped a lot to understand the subatomic structure of atom and proved that atom is divisible. And again in 1913, the scientist Bohr produced his theory of structure of atom on the basis of quantum theory of radiation, atomic spectra, and atomic structure. This chapter, it is a descriptive chapter. So listen properly to understand well. I will repeat. According to Dalton, atom is a indivisible and real, but the discoveries of the 19th century, they proved that atom is a divisible one. Then Bohr gave first quantitative successful model of atom, and it has been supposed that in modern wave mechanical theory, which applies to all radiations such as X-rays and light, this new discovery rejects the view of the electrons move in a closed orbits and suggests that the electron motion is of complex nature described by its wave properties and probabilities. And according to it, light as well as electrons exhibit both a wave and particle duality. The wave mechanical theory of matter postulates that electrons, protons, and even atoms, when in motion, possesses wave properties and are also associated with other characteristics of wave, which takes into account the particulate and wave nature of matter and is known as wave mechanics. Here, the wave mechanics, it accounts the particulate and wave nature of the matter. This is the introductory part of elementary quantum mechanics. Simply remember that quantum means very small, and wave mechanics, it is applied to the bigger molecules, the bigger matter, and quantum, it is related with the study of very small particles. Then all of you know black body radiation, that means the energy absorbed or emitted from the black body in the form of packets and bundles, and this energy emission, it takes place not continuously but discontinuously. Here the black body is defined as a body which remains in a thermal equilibrium with its surroundings and at all times while absorbing and radiating electromagnetic radiations and radiates the same amount of energy as it absorbs. Hence, the black body is not only perfect absorber but also it is a perfect radiator or emitter of a radiant energy. Then the structure of black body, it is nothing but an ideal black body is a generally hollow sphere blackened on inside and it has a small hole. Practically all the radiation that enters through the hole gets absorbed by multiple reflections inside the hollow sphere. The radiation emitted by a black body at a given temperature can be dispersed by a prism system and allowed to fall on a sensitive energy detector. From such experiments, the distribution of energy in a black body radiation among different wavelengths can be studied. Here I have explained you once again the black body. It is nothing but it is a hollow sphere. It has a small hole at the center, and that sphere it is blackened inside, so it absorbs the complete radiations that are fall on it, and they are absorbed by multiple reflections inside the hollow sphere. Here, the radiation emitted by a black body at a given temperature can be dispersed by a prism and allowed to fall on a sensitive energy detector. From such experiments, the distribution of energy in a black body radiation among different wavelengths can be studied, and these studies were done by the scientist Stephen and Boltzmann, and we will see later on in detail the what is black body, how the experiments were made, and the some other points in this chapter. So don't get jumbled. This is the introductory lecture of syllabus and something regarding quantum mechanics. In one of the lecture, the famous scientist Feynman, he told that no one can understand what is the quantum mechanics, but after studying some concepts of quantum mechanics, you will get a knowledge regarding the quantum mechanics. So, believe in yourself, do well, get understand what you don't understand at the time of lecture. You can ask me your all the doubts and get them clear for your further study. So, thank you very much.